Another traffic obstacle in downtown Charlotte. Parts of Trade Street are closing. And aerial acrobats over Statesville. Take a ride with an airborne daredevil. Coming up next on Eyewitness News.
Judged Best Newscast in North Carolina by the Associated Press. Bill Walker. Meg McDonald. AMS meteorologist Ray Boylan. And Harold Johnson with sports. This is the Eyewitness News 6 o'clock report.
Good evening. Meg is off tonight. Hurricane Gilbert is taking aim at the Gulf Coast this evening, and from Mexico to Louisiana, thousands of people are moving to higher ground. They're boarding up the windows in Galveston and Brownsville, Texas. Grocery stores are running low on batteries and bottled water. As usual, some people plan to ride out the storm, but the governor of Texas has given police there the authority to suspend the law if necessary to protect the public. A weather research plane is flying through the hurricane today. Instruments show winds inside the storm are increasing again as it heads for the U.S. mainland. And in Mexico, Jamaica, and other countries already hit by this big storm, they are still adding up the terrible toll. 34 people killed, and damage estimates as high as $8 billion.
People have been watching this storm across the Caribbean, and now finally it's ready to hit the United States.
Let's begin with a live report tonight from the Florida News Network in Corpus Christi.
They are calling this the storm that is bigger than Texas. That's no Texan's love for exaggeration. This is the storm that is bigger than Texas. Folks here taking Hurricane Gilbert very seriously. The official evacuation word just went out about an hour ago for North Padre Island, which is just across the water from me here in Corpus Christi. We drove in from Houston today. There was a 5-mile backup. Everybody was headed the other way. Highway 37 is the main route out of Corpus Christi, and by early afternoon it was backed up more than 5 miles. This isn't even a forced evacuation. Just the threat of Gilbert has people packing up and heading out.
Pulling the boat out, packing up the family and leaving.
Bob Hilliard watched as his sailboat moved to higher ground this afternoon. He sent his pregnant wife inland 2 days ago.
It's real serious. Even the old-timers aren't taking any chances. No one wants to weather this one.
Except for a handful of resort hotels open to house a few diehards and the news media flocking here to cover the storm. Then there's Larry Langford. His wife is a nurse on standby for emergency duty. He's staying and admits he's scared.
Hell yes, I'm scared. It's like anybody's not scared to fool. But I really don't feel like we have any choice but to stay.
A lot of people here feel like they have no choice. They're emergency workers, hospital workers. The hospital has evacuated all patients but the most critically ill. Schools are closed, stores are closed. People are heading out of town here. That's the situation with Gilbert here in Corpus Christi. Further up the coast, Steve Triggs has more from Galveston.
Thanks, Linda. I'm on Galveston Beach, which is a strip very much like A1A, which goes through many communities in Florida. Over the past few years, there's been a lot of construction out here, condos, new restaurants, and all kinds of things. And if a storm surge came over that wall, it would be devastating.
The Gulf at Galveston is where the surfers are, enjoying the swelling breakers while there's still time.
That's pretty good when you get on the outside. It's pretty smooth. When a little inland here is pretty rough.
It's surfers' paradise now, but the way the winds are kicking up, before long it'll be too dangerous to be anywhere near here.
Swimmers are being chased off.
All swimmers must be out of the water. There's no swimmers allowed.
On the island, Gilbert's imminent arrival is serious business. Windows are taped and boarded up, but some of the new high-rise hotels stand naked to the wind. So far, they're toughing it out at Tuffy's. Owner Tuffy Yalmans boasts he's lost 4 restaurants to hurricanes in his 25 years in Galveston.
Well, we're open 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, and we're not going to close if we don't absolutely have to.
Just off the beach, Ro Gonzalez is boarding up his home. He remembers Alicia's fury just 5 years ago.
The water was all over the lawns, up to the porch in the house.
Most residents here are already gone. Even the birds seem to know that this fragile island is no match for a killer storm.
It seems the residents around here seem to remember the past storms better than the developers. A lot of the buildings have been replaced or even taller than the ones that were knocked down years ago. Now, people have been leaving the Galveston area for a couple of days now, And with that story, I have reporter Rob Sweeting. He's been following the evacuation. Rob?
Well, there have been a number of cancellations, Steve, as the weather worsens here. Winds are already up to about 35 miles an hour. They're gusting up to 35 miles an hour. They're 24 miles an hour. Now, in a couple of hours, the city of Galveston will decide whether or not to impose a mandatory evacuation. Some communities on the coast already have evacuation plans in place, and more of those residents are leaving. On Galveston Island, most people had either packed up and left or were getting ready to leave. A few stores were putting the best face on Gilbert by remaining open for business, while at the same time protecting their storefronts. Even before the city orders an evacuation, a lot of people had decided it was time to leave. They took the ferry from Galveston to the mainland, headed to points north.
You know, it might change up, and we just don't want to be here for it.
We caught the back end of it last time. The back end of the line, they got 3 eyes in this one, so it's going to be pretty tough. So I don't think I would stay here. I'm gone.
The small coastal community of Crystal Beach looked like a ghost town. Beach homes were boarded up, and most of the residents had left. Sam Holt only came back to check his beach home. He decided not to try and ride out even the backlash of Gilbert.
I think the people that stay have never done it before, because once you stay through one, which I did, I stayed through Alicia, and it's not a good idea. You know, once they stay through one, they won't do it again.
Believe it or not, there are a few along the coast who do plan to stick it out, but they'll do it under the watchful eye of the Galveston County Sheriff's Department.
We basically have a list of names we have here. We check in their welfare, make sure everything is okay.
All right, at this point, I'm not sure how many people, Steve, will be able to stay here because, like I said, the weather is beginning to worsen. Winds are gusting up to 35 miles an hour.
Thanks, Rob. People here have already begun bugging out, as we've said. We've been here since about 1 o'clock this afternoon, and the wind is constantly getting stronger. It's now beginning to rain. Anybody who has any brains is going to get out of here before it gets much worse. That wraps our team coverage. We'll have more tonight at 11. That's the situation in Galveston.
Okay,
All right.
Thank you very much, Steve. Obviously, some problems there today.
You should explain. You can imagine the winds are making it difficult technically for us.
But a good round of reports from the Florida News Network. And Ray is just telling me that in Galveston, some building has been going on in front of that seawall.
Yeah, they built that seawall, 17-foot seawall, after the storm in 1900. Now, I'm given to understand that there is development in front of the seawall over the past few years. Well, it remains to be seen just exactly how that's going to fare. And that, of course, is going to depend exactly where Hurricane Gilbert is going to be heading. Now, as you'll recall, over the past few days, it has moved on an almost straight line from Jamaica over the Cayman Islands to Cozumel, northern Yucatan Peninsula, and now into the southwestern Gulf of Mexico. It has not wavered as yet. Things are still the same. Where is it at this hour? At 22.4 north, 93.6 west. Still packing winds of 120 miles per hour, but they are indicating from the aircraft that the pressures are beginning to fall again in the center. What you see on the left, the shaded areas show the best spot right now, the best guess as to where landfall will take place. So Brownsville, Texas, looks like it may be taking the brunt of it, but it's not to say we couldn't have tropical storm winds all the way from extreme western Louisiana all along the Texas coast and southward into Mexico down around Tampico. We'll have more on that information as we come up a little bit later on in Eyewitness News.
Thanks, Ray. Tourists are being airlifted tonight out of Jamaica, and the people who live on that battered and broken island are trying to reorganize their lives after Gilbert. Efforts are being organized here also to help, and that is Health Beat reporter B.J. Harrison's story tonight.
The tiny island of Jamaica has been physically assaulted by the high winds and floodwaters of Hurricane Gilbert. Thousands of homes have been destroyed. 1 of every 4 Jamaicans have been displaced and are now living in shelters. Some say parts of the island look like Hiroshima after the atomic bomb. No buildings standing, no electricity, no telephones, no water. But there are scores of people in need of medical help, and the main hospital on the island has all but been blown away.
I will say again, there were little or no medical supplies on the island.
This unidentified ham radio operator's pleas for help have given direction to the people here who want to help, but until now have not known exactly what was needed or what to do. Mayor Myrick has volunteered to organize the local efforts of agencies and churches willing to help, but she says what's desperately needed right now is money for medical supplies.
The requests that have come in so far for medical supplies, very specific medical supplies. So it doesn't make sense for us to collect things that we don't know they really need. It slows down the process, will make it much more difficult to get it there. This way, we can be very expedient and get them help immediately.
First Union has set up a special account and will accept donations for Jamaican relief. They've canceled their previous request for food and clothing. The Salvation Army is also collecting donations, but they spoke with their volunteers in Jamaica and are trying to collect specific items. They need gas-driven chainsaws, water purification systems, and non-prescription medical supplies. They're also asking for volunteers with medical and construction skills to call their office. If enough volunteers can be assembled, a team will be sent to Jamaica to start rebuilding the homes and lives of the people who live there. B.J. Harrison, Channel 9, Eyewitness News, Health Beat.
The Red Cross already has volunteers in the Gulf area to help out. If you'd like to send money to help in their effort, you can address your check to the American Red Cross and be sure to write Hurricane Gilbert on that check, and that's where your money will go.
In other news tonight, the mother of a 17-month-old abused child says her husband threatened to kill both of her children if she ever reported him to police. Sandra Church talked about this case publicly for the very first time today up in Shelby. Channel 9's Lewis Brooks has the story tonight from our Western Bureau.
Oh, yes, it does. I need to be up there and hold him.
Sandra Church went to court today seeking permission to see her two children. One of them is Travis Gammons, who remains hospitalized with burns and a skull fracture, the victim of an apparent child abuse. His stepfather, Brian Church, is awaiting trial on the charges. Before court, Mrs. Church was asked about the abuse and why she allowed it to happen.
We can talk to you when we get out of the courtroom. Let's just say this, a woman that's padlocked into her own home cannot get out to get help.
Cleveland County Detective David Luckadoo says court records indicate a previous history of abuse against Mrs. Church by her husband, dating back to February. But Mrs. Church worked, leaving her children with her husband. Why did she fail to report what was going on while away at work?
Would you tell on a man that was at home with your children and who told you they'd be carved up and put in trash bags when you got home?
Oh, I see. He threatened
Yes.
to kill the children.
Yes.
Yes.
Is that true?
Yes.
Since Mrs. Church had not been implicated in the abuse, the court today granted her supervised visiting rights with both children, including Travis. And people who've been involved with his recovery applaud the decision.
The mother being present in the room is going to be able to help the child because he does have a close contact with this woman.
Brian Church, the stepfather who's suspected of committing the abuse, was to have appeared here in Cleveland County Court this morning for a probable cause hearing. But he's still in Raleigh undergoing psychological evaluation. Lewis Brooks, Channel 9 Eyewitness News, Cleveland County.
Meanwhile, the child, 17-month-old Travis Gammons, is out of a coma now, but his father says doctors say that Travis is blind in one eye and he has brain damage. Travis got skin grafts today on his feet and buttocks. A fund has been set up to help with the boy's medical expenses, and here's the address for you. It's the Travis Gammons Fund in care of Hamrick Ritchie Associates. The address is 418 West Warren Street, that's in Shelby. The zip code is 28150.
A search is on for a woman who robbed a Concord shoe store this afternoon. Cabarrus County, Concord, and Charlotte police are searching an area near I-85 and Mallard Creek Church Road. That's where the woman wrecked her car and ran into some woods. Police searched on foot and in the police helicopter and the Channel 9 helicopter. Authorities believe the woman may be the same woman who has held up two Charlotte stores. In Gastonia, police are searching for the owner of an abandoned car. It was found this morning covered with what looked like blood. Passing motorists reported the suspicious vehicle parked along Bessemer City Road. The keys were still in the car and the rear window was knocked out. Police say the car belongs to Sue Cash of Crowder's Mountain, but they haven't been able to find her. They don't know if foul play is involved.
Police in Charlotte cracked down this morning on a cheap motel. The Sheriff's Department moved in against the Alamo Plaza Motel, saying that it's a nuisance. Police say that drugs and prostitution run rampant there. And today there's a court order on the door.
Sheriff's deputies moved in this morning. The court order forbids any illegal activity. If police do find drugs or prostitution, the owner will be in contempt of court and could go to jail. The motel will be allowed to stay open.
This place can stay open for any lawful purpose, and this is supposed to be a motel. so they can rent rooms for lawful purposes.
However, officials believe the owner may go out of business if they crack down on drug dealers and prostitutes. The owner wasn't at the motel today, but we did talk to the night manager.
As long as I am working in the night time since from 2 weeks, I don't think so we got prostitution over here.
Police say most of the Alamo's rooms are used for drug deals, prostitution, and fencing. But there are customers who live here because they can't afford to live anywhere else, like Leslie Bennett. She's lived here for 2 months with her baby.
Well, most of them here just because it's cheap. You know, I mean, I know there's bad things that go on around here, but personally, I just keep to myself.
She says she doesn't see much illegal activity because she shuts herself in. This man does see it. He works next door at a tire store and says he sees prostitutes all the time.
I'm kind of afraid of our customers because we have men and women customers. You wonder if they're going to solicit them and maybe give us a bad name over here at Buffalo Tire. So it's a bad situation. I wish they would close them down because that's all that's hanging around there, all in the back streets, the side streets, and going in and out the front here all the time.
Meanwhile, the owners of the Alamo Plaza Motel are scheduled to appear in court now on September 26th.
Coming up, Jim Baker goes back on the stand in his...
This is ABC. Confidence. Quality. A name you can rely on. Like GE Silicone Caulks and Sealants. GE Silicone 2 with 50-year durability. The most versatile silicone sealant available. Protect your home, inside and out. Original GE Silicone rubber caulk and new acrylic latex silicone caulk. All in one place. The GE Quality Caulking Center.
What are you doing up again? Daddy was thirsty.
Wherever you live, GE makes it easy to keep your home ship-shape. WSOC TV, Charlotte. Bill Walker, Meg McDonald, David Haynes with tonight's Live Eye cover story, AMS meteorologist Ray Boylan, Harold Johnson with sports. This is Eyewitness News Tonight.
Darkness falls on a quiet coastline in Texas, but never before has the saying been more true. It is the calm before the storm. Tomorrow, Hurricane Gilbert will churn through these waters along the Gulf Coast. Good evening. Meg is off tonight. People have been evacuating the Texas coast all day today. In fact, Galveston residents have been ordered out by law by midnight tonight. City officials there are blocking the highways.
Meanwhile, the federal government is already set to send in disaster help before the storm even hits. The president has papers on his desk ordering the military in. All he has to do is sign them.
The storm's been moving since we last saw you at 6 tonight, just 4 hours ago, and Ray has the latest now in Weather Center 9.
And in truth, nothing in great detail has changed. The movement continues the same. The direction continues the same. As we look at the storm tonight, you can see the clouds all along the Gulf Coast and in the Gulf of Mexico. It is really very, very strong storm. Not as strong as it was when it hit the Yucatan Peninsula. At 11 o'clock, 22.6 and 94, still with 120-mile-per-hour winds. We'll be bringing even further details as we move along in Eyewitness News. Bill?
Winds are already starting to pick up in Texas at this hour. A light rain is falling. The National Hurricane Center says Gilbert will probably pass over the South Texas coast by 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon.
Up to 20 inches of rain could fall, and a state of emergency is already in effect tonight for coastal areas. People are watching, they are worried, they are wondering what is happening tonight. We do have several live reports from Texas.
Let's begin with a live satellite report now from the Florida News Network, reporting from Corpus Christi first. Okay, we have a problem, obviously, with our sound. Let's see if we can switch to the story we've just received now from Corpus Christi and pick up on the details of what's happening there tonight.
It's starting to look like a hurricane. At our hotel, one of the few still open on the waterfront, maids delivered a candle and a jug of water to each room. There's no one left in this city but emergency personnel and the hurricane partiers.
Yeah, we're staying.
Why?
Why not?
Aren't you scared?
No, we've rode them out before. We can take it.
You're not scared?
No. No, it's almost a festive atmosphere. It's like a holiday because people come in and stay with their families, and you see people in your neighborhood that you haven't seen in years or since Christmas and Thanksgiving and something like that. So everybody's really having a good time so far.
The hardest hit already is this barrier island just off Corpus Christi, North Padre. This is what it looked like just before high tide, minutes before the island was shut down completely. By the time we left, water completely covered what was a 200-foot fishing pier. The sea and winds had started to engulf the beach. The only road off the island will be flooded by daybreak. Sheriff's deputies are on 24-hour duty and won't let anyone on the island.
The residents were telling you to evacuate as soon as possible, get all the stuff they need, all the valuables they can get, and then get out and just come back in later on. You can always replace whatever you have, but you can't replace a life.
Now, that's the situation in Corpus Christi, Texas, tonight.
Also, the people in Galveston are getting ready tonight. For more on that, we have a report now from Rob Sweeting.
Police blocked off the west end of the island that had been evacuated earlier today, only letting property owners through.
People that have to come out and check on their property, livestock, these types of things, and to control the looting that could occur.
For the most part, stores and restaurants obeyed the evacuation order and closed early. Gilbert managed to do what most holidays can't, close fast food restaurants. By the time word of the evacuation was out, most businesses had already made plans to clear out.
Everybody was real calm, and people had enough warning to get out. With the size of the hurricane, well, a lot of the old-timers said they wouldn't stay around for this, but have set through all the others.
The surging Gulf still couldn't run off the curious, with some residents just taking in the sights. By tomorrow, though, police expect the island to be almost empty.
Here at home tonight, there's little doubt that Hurricane Gilbert is having an impact not on our weather, but on our lives.
A lot of people in our area have friends and relatives in the area where the storm has already hit. That's tonight's cover story. David talks now to some of those people who've been affected the most.
Suzanne, people are learning this week that coming into through a hurricane means a whole lot more than surviving the high winds and the storm surge. It means no water, no food, and no way to tell your family that you're all right. Earlier this week, we introduced you to several Piedmont families that have had relatives in the Caribbean. Tonight, some of them have good news, and others are still waiting.
As I said, the Buchanan family of Charlotte is still waiting. Their daughter is on her honeymoon in Jamaica. They have heard that there are no American casualties. They say they will feel a lot better when they can talk with the newlyweds.
We just want to get out of here. We don't care if we go to Canada or where. We want out of here.
That was the reaction of another newlywed couple from Charlotte. Mark and Sean Brantley arrived in Jamaica on Sunday just before the storm hit. They couldn't take a shower. They didn't have a hot meal until today.
They just didn't have the food. They didn't have drinking water, and they talked like it was terrible. The hotel they were in said just peeled off like a banana, and they both said they thought surely they was going to get killed.
When the winds got up to about 135 miles an hour, he sort of peeked out the window just to see what that looked like. His curiosity got to him. And he said that he was amazed at the force of power. He'd never seen anything like it before. He said that the trees in the churchyard were just snapping like twigs.
Nigel Neely's parents are missionaries on Grand Cayman Island. They rode out the storm in a church with 70 people, despite the pleas of their son in Rock Hill, who urged them on Monday to get off the island.
A lot of their church members couldn't get off the island. So what good would it be to tell them about God's love, and then the first time disaster came and struck, to say, God loves you, I'll see you later.
Attention and fear of the storm is now shifting to Texas, and that's where Charlotte's Royal Insurance is sending a disaster team of 37 claims agents. For the next 3 months, they'll be assessing damage and writing checks.
That's why people have insurance. You get it, you have a bad situation like this, you have your home's damaged. That's one of the main reasons you have insurance.
Relief efforts in the Caribbean are being arranged through a variety of groups, including the reliable standbys, the American Red Cross. and the Salvation Army.
And how about the relief effort the mayor's organizing here?
That is still going on. People can make cash contributions through the First Union Bank branches in Charlotte. That'll be used to buy supplies for Jamaica.
And so far, nobody's actually made it back to Charlotte.
No, apparently it is still very difficult to get off. And you have to remember there are thousands of people in Jamaica and also thousands on the Yucatan Peninsula that want to get off all at the same time, of course.
Bad situation there. Thanks, Dave.
Well, just ahead on Eyewitness News, as Channel 9 first reported that they would, the police have now started their crackdown on a major public nuisance.
And the drive to work keeps getting tougher. We'll have the latest coming up.
This is Harold Johnson. Key series for the Yankees and the Red Sox. The Yanks need a sweep. Boston needs to win a couple. We'll talk about it coming up in sports.
If you could say one thing about the clouds in Charlotte, they were persistent and indeed are persistent in the evening hours tonight. We'll have the story on that and, of course, another update on Gilbert coming up in just a little while. But in the morning, here's the way things look. Still cloudy. 62, sun coming up at 7:07.
You know, many people really don't realize how much the United Way helps people in their communities. Right now, the United Way of the Central Carolinas and the United Way of Gaston County are asking for your help. I'm going to help. I'll be in Charlotte on Sunday, October 2nd at 3 o'clock in the Charlotte Convention Center. I hope you'll join me for this one-woman show. Tickets are available at Belk, South Park, and Eastland, and the Matthews Belk store in Gastonia's East Ridge Mall. Support the United Way and spend some time with me. Order your tickets now. See you Sunday.
Rise, shine, tomorrow's the time.
For Tallheimer's big anniversary sale. Starting tomorrow, you'll save 25% and more on the newest fashions for you, your family, and home.
Tomorrow's the time.
And register to win a $5,000 Tallheimer shopping spree. No purchase necessary.
Kick up your feet, get with the beat.
And come to Tallheimer's anniversary sale.
Bet you want to be there, bet you can't wait.
It all starts tomorrow.
So don't you dare be late.
Just in time for fall, Liberty Fashions from Walmart. Sets and separates that earn an A for sturdiness and style. Liberty gives your kids the freedom to have fun.
From sea to shining sea, all the kids agree. Mama gives me liberty.
American made from Walmart.
Liberty.
Deal. Did someone say deal? Your Dodge dealer has hot numbers and big rebates on almost everything in stock. Get up to $1,000 cash back on cars. Up to $750 on trucks. Great deals on caravans, too. So if you want a great deal, hey!
Well, are you gonna deal?
Did somebody say deal?
For a new Dodge car, truck, or import, see your Carolina Dodge dealer.
If Charlotte police have to respond to the Alamo Plaza Motel again for drugs or prostitution, the owner could go to jail. Officers served a court order today which called the motel a public nuisance. It allows police to arrest the owner if any laws are broken there. Neighbors and police say the building is a haven for drug deals, fencing, and prostitution.
I wish they would close them down because that's all that's hanging around there, all in the back streets, the side streets, and going in and out the front here all the time.
The Alamo's night manager, meanwhile, says that he hasn't seen anybody break the law on motel property.
The Independence Freeway project is still stuck, but state transportation officials are trying to get it rolling again. The first phase of construction should have been started already, but bids came in $1 million too high. State and local officials met today to get the bids closer to the estimated $2 million price tag.
They may be modifying the specifications and some of the details on the plan, so when it is re-advertised and rebid, that the contractors will have some more flexibility in building the project.
The state may allow construction during more daytime hours, and that could tie up more traffic, but save us some money. Driving got easier tonight for people in downtown Charlotte. The last major link of I-277 opened. The $60 million freeway project is almost finished now. The only thing still closed is the Moorhead Street Bridge, and it will open in December.
The big story tonight in weather, of course, is still Hurricane Gilbert. And in just a moment, Ray's going to update us on the latest. And you could say for a while here in Charlotte, it looked like it was going to rain.
So far, though, the rains have held off. And Ray has a look at tomorrow's weather next.
Outside in other places today, boaters in Biloxi, Mississippi will literally up the creek today, safeguarding against Gilbert. And in Chicago, no, we're not down under, but in Chicago with the Midwest's first koalas. Fast-moving and purposeful is not usually the case in Washington, but a charity run there is an exception. Gilbert continues to plod, and our weather is cooler. Don't go away.
Charlotte. 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 Expect the unexpected during Oakwood Homes 500 Week, October 8th and 9th, Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Life doesn't stop at 5 p.m. It gets livelier. Get the comfort your active lifestyle demands. Wear Bally.
near side to the back field. Michael Palmer, number 15 on the right side, center. Get it! Put it on!
Get out of there, Kelly. Go defense.
What's the team?
Randy! Go in now, don't back up!
Rudisell! Ruda! 10! 10-8! Joseph Homer! Come this way a little bit behind Jeremiah!
Number 50, Taylor Williams.
Too much yardage!
3-yard gain.
Hey, stand the ground. Don't commit yourself. Hey,
Also number 54 on the tackle. Kenny Rutter. Coming off the field.
what happened in the middle?
Number 61 for South Park, Zachary Rose.
Come on, Brian, get in there!
Second down and 7 on the 43.
Go get him, Maggie.
Flag on play, offside. West Mag.
He picked the ball up!
5 yards.
He picked the ball up.
He picked the ball up, Brian! Hughes!
Hey, can he pick the ball up, Ralph?
Oh, Ralph, pick the ball up!
Hey, if he picks it up again, hit him, Brian.
Second down.
Get him, defense! Get him!
Yeah, baby! Lot of help! Way to be in there, Jeremiah!
Get him on the ball, Randy.
He picked the ball up again,
They are. Stay alert. Don't go inside too quick now. Guard your corner. Coming out, number 74, South Park, Waver. Number 6. Randy, be ready on your side, baby. Stay alert now. Stay alert, baby.
That away, guys! Too much yardage! Here we go, Levi! Here we go.
Hey, Mackie! Take that tackle and put him in the backfield, son! That's yours! Dustin, get in the backfield! Come here. Who's he going in for? Jeremiah! Get off the field! Left back. In the ground. You got caught inside again, son. Come across. Hey, Kelly, I want you in the backfield. You can come over here. Brian, move up! Brian Lemons, move up! Lemons, move up! Get in the backfield, line! Hey, Brian, if you don't move up, get over here. Move up. Mackie, come here. Fleming! Oh, yeah, big gap. That's where they went. Damn, Randy. Number 54. Look, guys, you can't stop. Motion in the backfield. Motion in the backfield.
When they run this play once, what they're doing.
Come on. 4 yards deep. In the grass, where you at? Let go. Let it, boy. Let it go, Justin. Let it go, Rudy. Hey, don't let him beat you on his side again. Go on. Look at the left guard. He ain't even going down set. Holding.
Boys on the offensive goal, you got to take the ball down the ball field. Who's on kickoff receiving? Me. Maya, when did you get here? Let me see you. You want kickoff receiving? Yeah. You want kickoff receiving? Kickoff receiving.
Goal offense. Is they out there? On the ball, let's go. Randy, call your huddle.
47 yards. That's the end of the first quarter, ladies and
On the ball, let's go. On the ball.
I bet your mama run here, come around and
Thank you, Ref.
Brian better run over better all night. And Ref, you stink.
Cole steps him down.
Might go show off.
Get the ball. Get on the line. Wayne, get him the ball, Wayne. Get on the line. These guys don't know where he is. Come on, Michael! Come on, Michael! Let it, baby! Come on! Hey! Push the button! Hey! Listen over the center.
Offside, south, Polly.
Mooney, get your hands off your mouthpiece and watch number 81, son. Come here, let me see. No. Justin, come on.
Michael Thomas. Going in for South Party.
All right, let's hold him now. Mooney, watch the pass. Rudisell. You and Dobie step back and watch the pass. Watch the pass. Pendergrass, watch the pass. Michael Hill. Watch the pass, son. Come here, section. Don't you go into the ball next time, okay? Go on and get it, okay? Just clean left guard, drop side the ball, okay? Brian Hughes! Let the ball go. Get away from it. Hey, Mooney, get away from the ball. Don't grab it. Let it go. The red hit it first. I don't know what he's not got. You better bust it. Move up to the ball, boys.
Linebacker's way too deep.
Rudisell. Get in there, Matthew. The guard.
You don't have one. Good stick on somebody's part. Randy, is that who stuck in?
Yeah.
Good stick, Randy.
Atta boy, Randy, way to come up. Way to fill in.
81. Come here. What did I tell you about staying at home? What? Do it. Move up to the ball, Brian. That wasn't motion. When you can't move, you got the yard. Dustin Yard. Use your hands and get in the backfield. Mackey, 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 get in the backfield. Randy, hold your head up and get them boys fired up and let's come back. Come on.
Go to receiving. West back to receive on the west side of the field. South part to kick off.
Receiving team on the field. Let's go.
Receiving team. And run with it.
Hard. Let it go. Let it go. Run the play, Randy. Run the ball. Let's go. Hey, Jeremiah, get in the huddle. Jody, come here. Jody. Let's go, Randy. Get him out of there.
Quarterback number 7, Randy Cole, calling play. Running back number 44, Brian Wilmot. West back set. Head off double, running right side.
Randy, get him in the huddle now.
Right there, Wayne, stop! Get your hand out, Yobi! Come here, son. Coming out South Park, number 61, Gregory Rose. Number 70, Randy Cole, sets him down. Head on,
Way to go, babe. You look good on that play.
Take it in now. We need that point. We need that point. Let's go.
Maybe finally woke them up. Maybe they're going to try to call halfway deep. Maybe finally woke them up out there.
Hit that man in front of you, Toby!
We down here and clear some pops. We're going to hit, boys. Let's get some stuff. Let's go!
Chicken team! We had to replace.
Way to be alert, because you're supposed to be there. Way to be alert.
He didn't wait. That's
You didn't certify. Get the ball, guys. Spin the grass in.
You better call up movement on the line.
Red defense. Red defense.
You ready, J.R.?
I want line back, because I want line. Let's see anything about line back. Hawkins.
Watch that pass. Hamer! Come here. Watch the pass, Jamon. Come on, Sack. Blocks off the line.
Randy, you gotta be quick. They're fast. Come on.
Go get Rudolph. Watch Steven. Watch the pass, Steven.
Jeffrey, watch 81.
Where's them boys? They're supposed to be on their knees. I cannot touch you in the game if I can't see you. Now get on your knees.
Hawkins, Winters, Sexton, Allison, York, and Rose. Nobody else names I just called out.
Come on, son, clap thing.
Pendergrass, come up, son, come up.
Don't move. Don't move. Steven. Get him, Michael. Ooh! Our ball, Jim. Our ball? Yeah.
Goal offense, our ball.
Hurry, Randy. Randy, run the play. Knock the ball to him.
He's going fast.
Go, Randy.
Come on, guys. Hustle, move.
Hustle on the
Get up and get on the ball.
Randy, put him on the ball.
Move up, come on. Hey, Pendergrass, stay with your man.
Offensive line, let's block. Let's block, line. I mean, let's come off the ball. Corners.
That's on the ball. Get in there, Wayne. Go defense on the field. Go defense.
Guys ain't played. Sit down.
Get the guys ain't played. There you go. All right. Go to middle linebacker. Let me see. Go to middle linebacker, both of them. Rudolph and Hamer, come on. Rudolph, move up, Michael.
Good hit, Randy. Randy. Michael, good hit, boys. That's the way to play tough.
Third down and about 3.
He has not made it. Michael Hill, don't let him around the sun. Don't let him around you. Get on the other. Come here, Fleming. Back up and watch for the pass. Move him over, Jeff! Move over, Jeff! We didn't get the ball. Good.